Welcome everyone. I'm excited to kick off our presentation today. On this first slide, you see the title MS PowerPoint. We're here to explore how PowerPoint can enhance your presentations and communication skills. Over the next few slides, we'll cover key features, tips, and best practices to help you make impactful slides. Let's get started. Let's begin by understanding what a presentation actually is. A presentation is a structured way to communicate ideas, information, or messages to an audience using visual aids, like slides. It's a powerful tool for sharing knowledge clearly and effectively. In the context of MS PowerPoint, a presentation is made up of individual slides that help us organize content visually. These slides can contain text, images, charts, and more to support our message. Throughout this course, we'll see how creating and managing these presentations can become quite straightforward once you understand the key components. This slide also hints at the overall structure of PowerPoint, including how to open it, navigate through tabs, and work with different parts of the program. Remember, mastering these basics is essential because they form the foundation for creating engaging and professional presentations. So, as we go along, keep in mind that a good presentation isn't just about the content. It's also about how you organize and present it visually. What is MS PowerPoint? MS PowerPoint is a proprietary commercial presentation program developed by Microsoft. It's a tool that many of us use to create engaging and professional presentations. It was officially launched on May 22, 1990, as part of the Microsoft Office suite, which many of us are familiar with. PowerPoint runs on both Microsoft Windows and Apple's Mac OS X, making it accessible to a wide range of users. Understanding what PowerPoint is sets the foundation for exploring how it can enhance our communication and presentations. Let's talk about what a presentation really is. Essentially, a presentation is the process of showing and explaining the content of a specific topic. It's about taking information and making it understandable and engaging for your audience or learners. The key idea here is communication. It's not just about showing slides, but about sharing ideas clearly and effectively. When you deliver a presentation, you're guiding your audience through a story or a message, helping them grasp the main points. This concept ties into the overall theme of effective communication, which is at the heart of good presentation skills. So remember, at its core, a presentation is about connecting with your audience and making your message stick. Let's talk about what a presentation program actually is. Essentially, it's a type of computer software designed to help you display information in a clear and engaging way, usually through a slideshow. When we think about PowerPoint, for example, a presentation is made up of a series of slides that are shown to an audience. Each slide is like a snapshot of the key points you want to communicate. These can include various types of content: text to explain ideas, images to illustrate concepts, sounds to add interest, or even animations to keep things lively. One of the great things about these programs is that they give you control over how your slides are presented. You can decide to move through the slides manually, clicking to advance when you're ready, or set it to run automatically, so the presentation flows smoothly without you having to click each time. This flexibility makes presentation programs powerful tools for sharing information clearly and professionally, whether you're giving a report, teaching a class, or pitching an idea. They help keep your audience engaged by combining visual and auditory elements, all while allowing you to guide them through your message seamlessly. Now, let's take a look at Microsoft PowerPoint 2007. This version is actually the latest release of the program at the time. It was launched in January 2007, bringing some exciting updates. One of the main improvements is the introduction of a new graphical user interface, or GUI, which makes the program more user-friendly and visually appealing. Additionally, PowerPoint 2007 includes new features designed to enhance our ability to create engaging and professional presentations. Overall, this version marks a significant step forward in making presentation design easier and more effective, aligning with our goal of delivering impactful messages. All right, let's walk through the long method to open MS PowerPoint. First, you'll want to click the Start button on your computer. This is usually located at the bottom left corner of your screen. Once you've clicked that, you'll see a menu pop up. Next, you need to point to the Programs option, which will open a list of all the programs installed on your computer. After that, look for the Microsoft Office folder and click on it. Inside that folder, you'll find Microsoft PowerPoint 2007. Simply click on it, and PowerPoint will open up and be ready for you to use. This method might take a few extra steps, but it's a reliable way to access PowerPoint if you're navigating through your programs manually. Remember, understanding how to open PowerPoint is the first step in creating your presentations effectively. All right, for this slide, we're talking about a short method to get started. The first step is quite simple. Just double-click the logo of the MS PowerPoint presentation on your desktop. This action will open the file quickly and easily. The key here is that this method saves you time and effort, making it a quick way to access your presentation. Remember, this step is foundational because opening your presentation smoothly sets the stage for everything else you'll do. So, keep in mind that a straightforward double-click is all it takes to begin working on your PowerPoint project efficiently. Now, let's take a closer look at the different parts of Microsoft PowerPoint that work together to help us create and manage our presentations. First, we have the Microsoft Office button, which is like the gateway to all the main commands, such as opening, saving, or printing your presentation. Moving on, the slide area is where you actually build your slides. It's your workspace. The status bar at the bottom provides useful information about your presentation and current slide, like slide number or language settings. Next, we have the tabs, which are like the chapters of your toolbar, organizing different groups of commands to help you find what you need quickly. The outline window is a handy feature that shows your slides in a text outline form, making it easier to organize your content. The View button allows you to switch between different views, like Normal, Slide Sorter, or Reading View, depending on what task you're working on. The ribbon is a central element that contains all the tools and commands you'll frequently use, organized into tabs and groups for easy access. Lastly, the Zoom slider lets you zoom in or out on your slide, giving you control over your view, whether you want a close-up or an overview of your entire presentation. Understanding these parts helps you navigate PowerPoint more efficiently, making the whole process smoother and more intuitive. Now, let's talk about the Microsoft Office button. This is a key change from older versions of Word, where you'd find the File menu. Instead, in newer versions, the Office button takes its place and is located in the upper left corner of the screen. When you click on it, you'll notice that it brings up a menu with the same essential commands you're used to, like Open, Save, and Print. These are the core functions that help you manage your documents efficiently. Recognizing this button and understanding how to use it is important because it connects directly to how we access the fundamental tools in Word, making your workflow smoother and more intuitive. So, think of the Office button as your central hub for managing your files quickly and easily. Let's take a closer look at the ribbon. The ribbon is designed to help you find the commands you need quickly and easily. Instead of searching through menus, the commands are organized into logical groups, making them more accessible. These groups are then collected under tabs, which you can think of as different sections dedicated to specific tasks. This organization helps streamline your workflow and keeps everything neat and intuitive. As we continue through this presentation, keep in mind how the ribbon is a central tool for navigating and executing commands efficiently, ultimately supporting your productivity and ease of use. Let's talk about tabs on the ribbon. These tabs are designed to display commands that are most relevant for each specific task area within the application. Essentially, when you're working on a particular part of your project, the ribbon adjusts to show you the tools and options you'll need most. This makes it much easier to find what you need quickly, without having to sift through unrelated commands. It's all about streamlining your workflow and keeping everything accessible based on what you're doing at the moment. This concept ties into the overall theme of making the software intuitive and user-friendly, helping you work more efficiently and with less frustration. Now, let's talk about the slide area. This is essentially the space where you work with your slide content. It's where your ideas come to life visually. When we're designing or reviewing a slide, paying attention to this area is crucial because it frames the main message we want to communicate. Remember, the slide area is not just about filling space. It's about organizing your content clearly and effectively. Highlight the key points thoroughly, but keep it conversational so your audience can follow along easily. It's also important to connect what's in the slide area to your overall presentation theme. Think of it as a canvas that helps reinforce your message and keeps your audience engaged. So, in short, the slide area is your workspace for presenting content in a way that's both visually appealing and easy to understand. Now, let's take a closer look at the outline windows. This feature displays your slides in a simplified icon form, giving you a quick overview of your entire presentation. It's especially useful for navigating through your slides efficiently, whether you're reorganizing or reviewing your content. Think of it as a visual roadmap, helping you see the structure at a glance. The icons represent each slide, making it easy to identify and jump to specific sections. This tool really ties into our overall theme of managing and streamlining your presentation workflow. It keeps everything organized and accessible, so you can focus more on delivering your message effectively. Now, let's talk about the view buttons. These are really useful tools that let you see your work in different ways. You can switch to normal view to work on individual slides, slide sorter to get an overview of your entire presentation, or slide show mode to see how your presentation will look when you're actually presenting. Each view serves a different purpose, helping you design, organize, and deliver your content more effectively. Remember, using these buttons strategically can make your workflow smoother and your presentation more polished, which ties into the overall theme of mastering your presentation tools for better communication. Now, let's take a look at the zoom slider. This feature is really handy because it gives you control over how you view your document. You can use it to zoom in for a close-up, allowing you to see details more clearly. Conversely, you can zoom out to get a broader view of the entire page, which is great for getting an overview or navigating through large documents. Essentially, the zoom slider helps you customize your view, making it easier to work efficiently and stay oriented. This flexibility ties into our overall theme of optimizing your workspace and making document management more intuitive. So, whether you're focusing on specific details or scanning the whole page, the zoom slider is a simple but powerful tool to enhance your experience. Now, let's take a closer look at the status bar. The status bar is a small but essential part of the interface that provides us with real-time information about the document we're working on. It's typically located at the bottom of the window. Here, you can see details like the current page number, the total number of pages, and the word count, which is especially useful when managing document length. Additionally, the status bar often shows the current zoom level, so you know exactly how magnified your view is, and sometimes it displays the language or formatting mode you're using. These details help us stay aware of our document's status without interrupting our workflow. Understanding what the status bar offers ties into our overall theme of efficient document management. By having quick access to key information, we can work more effectively and make informed decisions on the fly. So, next time you're editing or reviewing a document, keep an eye on that status bar. It's your quick reference guide right at your fingertips. All right, now that we've covered how to open existing presentations, let's move on to creating a new one from scratch. To do that, you'll start by clicking the Microsoft Office button, which is usually located at the top left corner of your screen. Once you've clicked that, you'll see the menu options, look for and select Blank and Recent. This is where you'll find the option to create a brand new presentation. Next, you can simply click on New, or if you prefer, use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+N. That's a quick way to open a new blank worksheet. After that, you'll want to click the Create button, and just like that, a new presentation is ready for you to start working on. This process is fundamental because it allows you to begin fresh, without any pre-existing content, giving you full control over your design and content. Remember, mastering how to efficiently start a new presentation is key to maintaining a smooth workflow throughout your projects. Now let's talk about the different ways to close PowerPoint. First, you can simply go to the upper right corner of the screen and click the Close button, the little X. When you do this, a dialog box will pop up, giving you options or prompts before the program fully closes. Another way is to click on the Microsoft Office button, then select Exit PowerPoint from the menu. This method is useful if you're navigating through the Office interface and prefer using menus. And if you're a fan of keyboard shortcuts, there's an easy one. Press Alt plus F4. This shortcut will close the current window immediately, saving you some time if you're used to keyboard commands. Understanding these options is important because closing PowerPoint properly ensures your work is saved and your system remains smooth. It also ties into the overall theme of managing your presentation efficiently, whether you're starting, editing, or wrapping up. Now let's talk about how to save your presentation. To do this, you start by clicking the Microsoft Office button, which is usually located at the top left corner of the window. From there, you select Save, or you can simply press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl plus S, which is a quick way to save your work. Once you do that, a Save dialog box will appear on your screen. This is where you choose exactly where you want to save your file. Look at the Save In list and click on the folder or drive where you'd like to store your presentation. Next, you'll see the File Name box. This is where you type in the name of your document, something descriptive so you can find it easily later. After you've entered your file name, just click the Save button. Remember, saving your work frequently is key to avoiding any potential loss of progress. It's a simple step, but it's essential in maintaining your workflow and ensuring your hard work is preserved. Now, let's talk about a common issue you might encounter when sharing your PowerPoint presentations. If you've saved your document in MS PowerPoint 2007, it might not be easily viewable in earlier versions. So, to make sure your file is compatible across different versions, there are a few steps to follow. First, remember to do the steps outlined earlier when saving an unnamed document, specifically steps 1 through 4. Once you've typed in your file name, the next crucial step is to click on the Save as Type button. This allows you to select the format you want your presentation to be saved in. Then, from the list of options, choose PowerPoint 972003 presentation, which is compatible with older versions. Finally, click Save. This process ensures that your presentation can be opened and viewed properly on earlier versions of PowerPoint, helping you avoid any compatibility issues and ensuring your audience sees your work as intended. To open a presentation, the first step is to click on the Microsoft Office button. Once you do that, you'll see a menu appear, and from there, you want to select Open. Alternatively, if you prefer using keyboard shortcuts, just press Ctrl plus O. This is a quick way to bring up the Open dialog box on your screen. Now, when the Open dialog box appears, you'll notice a list called Look In. This list helps you navigate to the location where your document is saved. You simply click on the folder or drive that contains your presentation file. Understanding how to efficiently open your presentation files is fundamental because it keeps your workflow smooth and helps you access your content quickly. Remember, mastering these basic steps is key to managing your documents effectively, especially when you're working with multiple files or locations. Let's take a moment to review the key points we've covered so far. First, we explored what a presentation actually is. It's a way to communicate ideas visually and verbally to an audience. We also looked at the latest version of MS PowerPoint, which is important to know so you're always working with the most up-to-date features. Next, we discussed how to create a new presentation, a fundamental skill for getting started. Understanding what a presentation program is helps clarify its purpose. It's software designed specifically for creating and delivering presentations. We then went through how to open MS PowerPoint 2007, which is essential before you can start working on your slides. Saving your work in PowerPoint 2007 is equally critical, so you don't lose your progress. Furthermore, we clarified what exactly an MS PowerPoint presentation is. It's your compiled slides, notes, and visuals all combined to deliver your message. Lastly, we examined the parts of MS PowerPoint 2007, so you're familiar with the workspace and how to navigate it efficiently. All these points tie together to build your confidence in using PowerPoint effectively, which is the core theme of this training. Remember, mastering these basics will make your presentation creation smoother and more professional. All right, now we're moving on to slide 24, which is our quiz number 3. This slide is a fun way for us to test our knowledge about the parts of Microsoft PowerPoint. On the screen, you'll see the phrase, "Label the parts of MS PowerPoint," followed by several blank lines. What I want you to do here is think about the different components that make up PowerPoint's interface. For example, can you identify the title bar, the ribbon, the slide pane, the notes section, and the status bar? This activity is key because understanding these parts helps you navigate PowerPoint more efficiently and makes creating presentations much smoother. Remember, knowing the interface components is fundamental to mastering PowerPoint, which ties into our overall theme of becoming more confident and proficient with this tool. So, take a moment, think about each part, and try to label them correctly. It's a great way to reinforce what we've learned so far. All right, let's go over this quiz to test your understanding of some key features in Word. First, we're asked to identify the term for to get a close-up view of the document or to zoom out to see more of the page at a reduced size. Think about what we use in Word to zoom in or out on our document. The answer is zoom. Next, the question about a feature designed to rapidly find the commands that you need to complete a task. This is referring to the Tell Me feature, which helps you quickly locate commands without navigating through menus. Then, we have the item that contains information about the document. This typically refers to the document properties or info section, where details like author, title, and keywords are stored. Moving on, there's a feature that replaces the file menu of older versions of Word and is located in the upper left corner of the screen. That's the Backstage view, which you access by clicking on the File tab. For the description, a place where you work with the content of your slide. We're talking about the slide workspace, or simply the slide editing area, where you add and modify text, images, and other content. Then, the feature that displays commands that are most relevant for each of the task areas in the application is known as the contextual tabs or ribbon, which adapts based on what you're doing. Next, it enables you to view your work in different ways, refers to the view options, which can include normal view, page layout, or read mode, giving you flexibility in how you see your document or presentation. Finally, the slide that displays the slide in an icon form is the slide thumbnail pane, which shows miniature versions of your slides for easy navigation and organization. So, as you see, these features all work together to make navigating and working in Word more efficient and user-friendly. Keep these concepts in mind as they are fundamental to mastering the software. All right, let's go over the parts of Microsoft PowerPoint that we've covered so far. On this slide, you'll see a list of key components that help us navigate and customize our presentations. First, we have the Zoom slider, which allows us to quickly zoom in and out of our slide view, making it easier to work on details or see the entire slide. It's a handy tool for adjusting your view without disrupting your layout. Next are the tabs, which are the main navigation elements across the top of PowerPoint. They organize different sets of commands, so you can find tools related to specific tasks like inserting, designing, or reviewing your slides. The Microsoft Office button, located usually at the top left, provides access to file-related options like saving, opening, or printing your presentation. It's an important hub for managing your files. Then there's the slide area, which is the main workspace where you actually create and edit your slides. Think of it as the canvas for your presentation content. The ribbon is the strip of buttons and tools that appear below the tabs. It changes based on what you're doing, offering quick access to formatting, layout, and editing options. The status bar runs along the bottom of the window. It shows you information about your current slide, such as the slide number, and can include view options and other useful indicators. The outline window is a panel that displays your presentation's structure in a text format, making it easier to organize and navigate your slides quickly. View buttons are located nearby and allow you to switch between different views, like normal, slide sorter, or reading view, depending on what suits your task best. Finally, the view buttons and the outline window are essential tools for managing how you see and organize your slides, helping you work more efficiently. All these parts work together to give you a seamless experience in creating, editing, and presenting your PowerPoint slides, tying back to our overall goal of mastering effective presentation design.